It is Dark Star Jubilee 2025. I am backstage at Legend Valley, one of my all-time favorite venues, like on the planet. But we're about to get going here. Gonna run around and try to talk to some folks. Both, folks who've been coming for years. Some people are here for the first time, so that'll be really interesting. It's a very, very windy day. Try to take the drone up a little bit earlier. We'll see what happens with that because winds are about 15 to 20 miles an hour, which is interesting. But really beautiful weather so far for the whole festival. Melvin Seals, JGB tonight, Dark Star Orchestra, 2 sets, play until 12:30, and a whole collection of other folks playing the weekend. I'm only going to be here one day, so we're going to get as much time as we can. Get your names again. You said you Harry and
Claudia.
Claudia. It's good to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
How many times have you been to Jubilee?
This is our second time.
It's only our second time.
That's cool. Who are you excited about seeing here?
Well, of course, Dark Star Orchestra. Warren Haynes. Mo. Yeah.
What do you think of Legend? What do you think of Legend as a venue?
We love it. We love it. Last year we were coming, and I was very apprehensive about, but we did spring for the VIP, and sitting in the tent, it's nice and comfy, and it's a mellow scene, and the music is good, the sound is good.
It's like
the vendors are good, the food is good. It's great. It's really fun. And we're just glad the weather cleared because it was just miserable rain yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
So,
was
yeah, we're gonna have nice blue skies.
So your name is Kim?
Kim.
And you are vending here at Dark Star Jubilee. So tell me a little bit about your booth and tell me how you got into this.
So I have been doing this, I think 15 years this year on the festival level, a few years longer in parking lots before that. How I got into it would be just like most of the rest of us, like Fish Tour, Grateful Dead Tour, and following things, following the band around, looking for a way to do it full time. Right. And you start setting up. We started out, in this case, my husband's a screen printer, so and a graphic artist, so he designs all of his shirts. We were screen printing them and selling them at Fish shows. In the beginning, we started with one T-shirt. Yeah. We sold every one of them the first night we brought him out. Thought, made 4 more T-shirts, sold all of those, et cetera, et cetera. So, cool. And then once we got into doing festivals in 2012, it became very quickly apparent I didn't need a day job anymore if I knew how to do this right. So I tried to figure out as quickly as possible how to do it right. And I quit my job in 2013.
Hi, I'm Carrie Ruppert, and I'm the Executive Director for Leaving a Positive Legacy. Positive Legacy's mission is to harness the power of music to give back to people and the planet. We create service projects, we do fundraising at music events and festivals, and we were just incredibly honored and excited to be able to join the All Good family.
Hi, I am Jericho of Jericho Renee Art.
So you have an interesting story. Tell me a little bit. You were a teacher?
I was a middle school health and phys ed teacher for almost 10 years, and everything kind of happened at once. My mom had a double brain aneurysm, and my favorite teacher was retiring, and my favorite principal was leaving, and I just decided that was a sign, and so I decided to become a full-time artist, and now I've been doing that for about 10 years now also.
Yeah, I'm Jeff, Light Sound Dimensions. We have a lot of Dead stuff always. Even if we go to EDM stuff, we rep the Dead shit really hard because even in the Burning Man culture and the EDM culture, you have a lot of Deadheads and stuff there that are producing the party and that go, and kids of Deadheads that do the rave stuff. So then you find that everybody's kind of the same. They're not the same. It's different music, same people.
Holly McName.
Joe McName. We were up front, and we were out west. We were in Las Vegas and doing some other things out in Arizona, and we caught a Daniel Nonado show in Flagstaff. And one of the ladies we were right up front with at the small venue, she's here. So
She's here.
we seen her after
That's super cool.
spending the night dancing with her at Daniel Nonado in
In
Flagstaff,
Arizona.
Arizona. So
Yeah.
Cool.
that
That's
family
very cool.
feel, you
And
know.
People get around with these things.
You right, and we just tonight, the first night, we've met quite a few people that like Alaska. There was a couple that came from Alaska.
Yeah.
We've been touring for like 50 years.
Yeah,
So
I told them that you were at the Cornell show.
Yeah.
my first show was,
Yes.
was in 1974
Okay.
at Roosevelt Stadium. And so we're like, we're older.
We're the old guard.
So it's hard. We thought we couldn't really do festivals for a while because, we can't stand for 4 hours anymore. We can't do that stuff now that we're headed into our
Yep.
late 60s,
No, and we get an Airbnb. We don't camp. We need beds.
Yeah. I feel that.
So, but this is so chill.
Yeah.
This is such a great, it was wonderful last year. There was absolutely no doubt that we were returning this year.
Yeah.
So
No, we were inside there, and we had brought like some bread and fruit. And we have friends who are farmers who make cheese and make their own salamis and their own sausages.
breads
And on the
stuff.
side table, we had a buffet set up.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, they're
great.
here. They're setting up their
Yep.
camp. They wanted to camp.
So you do this full time.
I do.
That's cool. What did you do before this?
I was a clinical dietitian, believe it or not.
No
I worked
shit.
in a nursing home.
No shit. So like, okay, so like we're in the same, right? Like I worked in digital marketing and CRM, and I'm doing this because this. Right? What was it for you? Like, what made you make that decision where it's like, look, I just can't do this regular job anymore. I need to do it.
That's a great question, and I would say the vibe shift started to get really hard for me, going back and forth between doing this and doing that, because in that line of work, you're often confronting people at what could be maybe the worst day of their life or close to it. Yep. On the other hand, you're here, and people are having sometimes the best day of their lives, and their friends, their family. People love to make new friends in places like this. I just love the people aren't afraid to be themselves. People aren't afraid to connect. Healthcare is a noble cause, but it was not for me.
Yeah.
I didn't have the fortitude.
So what is it about the life, right? Traveling around, setting up, tearing down, selling, having to create. What do you love about it?
The freedom.
Yeah.
It's honestly the freedom. I definitely do not make as much as I made when I left teaching in Pennsylvania. But I am figuring that out, and where I'm sustaining. And I don't, when you do something you love so much, it doesn't feel like a job. And then in return, that makes you happier and healthier. And I think that's all we can ever want to be, is our happiest, healthiest versions of ourselves. And although I love the kids, it was never the kids teaching. I was a giver, and you can give and give and give in the education system until there's nothing left to give. And here I get to give, but I don't know. I'm getting a lot in return also.
It's amazing. It's an amazing story.
It takes a lot of effort and work and planning. Yeah, we travel with a Sprinter van and a trailer, and then we produce all the stuff at home. So I have a whole shop under the bottom part of our house as a shop, and then we live above it.
That's cool. That's very cool.
The lineups are how we choose where we go.
Okay.
So we choose it based on the lineup and the demographic of people, and then Yeah, so I guess the lineups get me excited, like the lineup to go and present my art to those particular people, so that I make everything fresh for those events.
How does it work as a business?
At this point, I don't go on tour too much. No, I'm very pick and choosing with what works for me and my schedule. I've become a little guarded of having a private life. It became very much engrossing, and it can be very much engrossing for this to be your entire life.
Yeah.
It is easy to work year round if you want to travel all the time. And it is like a family too. Like you kind of want to keep going. Sometimes like keep going with your family. But as I got a little older, I wanted to be more selective about what I did. I like doing stuff in my local area, whether it's like setting up at your local bar band, Grateful Dead band, or local festivals, street fairs. I like trying different things. Festivals, I do anywhere from, I would say, like 5 to 15 a year. The biggest one I'm doing these days is Electric Forest.
Okay, nice.
And the smallest one is like about 350 people at a campground in my area.
So out of all the festivals, you've been to a ton of festivals, you've been on tour. What sticks out as like the most memorable?
Well, I think this is, I mean, in modern day now, this is such a family atmosphere. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
That, you know, you can go there and there's like 3 generations coming and everybody's giving out bracelets. I have a bunch of bracelets back at the tent that I'm bringing, and people
She
are
knitted a
giving
bunch
out
of hats,
stickers, and I
which
was
people are thankful
talking to
for because it's a little
people.
chilly, right?
So I'm a crafter, so I knit and like make scarves and stuff. And,
That's cool. That's very
and
cool.
I brought a bunch of hats. I do this for my therapy at night. I knit because she doesn't love me weaving at night.
Yeah.
So I brought a bunch of hats thinking it's going to be chilly, and some girl was on like the Facebook chat last night saying, "We can't find winter hats. It's going to be cold." I'm
Well,
like,
at the
"Come
gate
find
there was
us."
a woman there from Florida,
Yeah.
and she said, "You have a wool hat? Oh yes, I'll take it."
That's
So
cool.
I brought a bunch of hats. He'll be happy to get them out of the house. And,
Nice.
you know, it's that kind of atmosphere that reminds you what the scene should be
Yeah.
and is all about.
Because the last few years of the Dead scene started to get a little bit wild.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, it was like, come on, folks, it's supposed to be chill, it's supposed to be very mellow, and it wasn't at first.
Yeah.
So you feel like this place brings that back?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
That's cool.
strangers stopping strangers just to take their hand.
Right. Yeah.
It is.
We actually got our start on the very first jam cruise. Our founder was getting on board, learned a little bit about the cruise industry, and said, "Hey, we could do this better. And how can we give back?" And from there, we have grown over the past about 20 years. We work at live music events. We work with artists. We work with venues to help harness the power of music for good. Since our inception, we've been able to give almost $1.4 million to 85 community projects in 10 different countries. Music is the universal language. People come together. It's a place where everybody feels the love and the community, and being able to give back, partying with a purpose, utilizing music to bring people together, to create community. When you talk about that to people and you let them know that there is a lot of need where the festivals are happening, where the events are happening, people immediately want to gravitate toward doing some good. Take that wonderful love and energy that comes from an event and give that back to the local community. So this year's festival, we are raising money. Of course, some of the support is going to Positive Legacy. And we have a wonderful local partner, Leeds, and they provide support to the Tri-County area around Thornville here. They do programs that assist folks with housing and utility assistance. They run a food pantry. They do Head Start programs, all to help the local community that has been so supportive of the Jubilee for so many years.
Well, I just, what she says is funny. I just love the popularity of jam music again.
Yeah.
There's so many good bands doing it, and one of the things she says is, the music I liked was never popular, and all of a sudden now the music I like has become popular.
That's awesome. What do you think of Dark Star? You've already seen it.
So good. So good.
I feel like they're one of the best representations of the Dead that I've ever seen, as far as keeping it together and sounding like them. So close. So close.
I'm excited because, especially after being here, and everybody that we've come across has been good vibes. Everything's been good.
Yeah.
You said the word vibe shift, which is a cool thing. Never heard anybody say vibe shift, right? Like that's an interesting thing. Vibe gets thrown around a lot. What does vibe mean to you?
I guess just the way you're feeling. And I think a lot of people, I can't be the only person who picks up on how other people are feeling too, right? So the vibe it's a mix of how you feel and how everybody's feeling around you. If everybody's feeling good, it's kind of difficult to not also be feeling good. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I felt like it was helpful for my mental health to work in this setting,
Right.
and it's easy to like chat with people like you and I just got to chatting today, and people aren't afraid to talk about what interests them. Do you know what I mean? Like even if it's weird and obscure, like you saw me talk to that guy about like a band, you know, and he had never heard of before.
You know, I'll show you snow and rain. And if you hear that sweet
Use the word vibe. I'm curious. That word. I mean, everybody throws that word around. Right?
Yeah.
What does vibe mean to you?
It just means the general attitude of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the difference of you're walking, you bump into someone, and the bad vibe is, hey, watch where you're going. And the good vibe is, oh, sorry, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what.
And a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Isn't the
no-
music great?
Just the way that the community is.
Yeah,
the
just the
collective.
general attitude. The general
The
attitude.
community
Yeah.
is just wonderful.
Don't cry now. Don't you cry. Don't you cry anymore.
Yeah, I would say the vibe. Well, you know, each party is unique in what the production creates the vibe. So basically, when you go to a festival, the vibe's curated by the people who throw the event.
Okay.
So those change, but the vibe and the culture of the people, the trading and being kind to your neighbor, that's consistent across the board.
All I know is something like a bird within her say. And all I know is to say, oh, you well, and then through walls. I'll let you know, I'll show you slow and rain.
And these are way better. Like I do art fairs, I do craft fairs, but like music festivals, Grateful Dead, Bluegrass, they're my people. And I don't know, there's so much goodness that when I come here, even like the bad parts of this, I don't know, there's still this community, the way that the people come together, when you go back into the real world, you're not tainted, because I think a lot of people don't get to see how much good there truly is.